dede malimpora kwa tamaa ya maisha bora. Akijiuliza
first time I heard about mpenzi wa kwanza, I almost fell for you. But then I noticed you were hurting. Are children hurting? In these homes?
Definitely children are hurting. It's just that they don't talk about it because we live in a society that discourages children from speaking in the midst of adults. Yeah, so we have very many hurting children.
Forgive me if I sound off, but a lot of children that are hurting, they are coming from broken homes and parents that decide they don't want to take care of their creations and all that.
Yeah.
How do you then intend to inculcate parents with these projects that you're coming up with?
Obviously, we have to have consent from the parents, obviously.
You are watching TheArtsinHeart, your home of authentic conversations.
Welcome to Elimishwe kwa maswala ya jamii. Tutumbuizwe sana mbalimbali, tujuzwe juu ya matukio ya kila pembe, kwa burudani kwa familia nzima.
Good evening, it is Friday, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're watching us from. It's Friday where I am, and of course, you know what happens on Friday. It is the Perspective Friday edition. My name is Likuyani Eli, and more than privileged to be part and parcel of your long weekend. Ninaambiwa Mr. Matiang'i has given Kenyans mandatory break. Wako half term. Kenya is on half term. 5 days.
Nakwambia
Godi.
Ule Mungu Eli. Ule Mungu Kenya tunaomba ni ule Mungu wa Polycarp Igathe. It's only in Kenya where you can have a holiday longer than Easter.
I wonder how much you will be spending throughout this long weekend, because if you don't know what happened, is today we were having the state funeral for the then former president Mwai Kibaki, and may his soul rest in peace. But before I can actually continue this conversation, I have with me one Sonny GICHERU. Good evening, Sonny.
Good evening, guys. It's been a minute.
Tangu anze kudansia watu sakata, hatutambuliki.
Wewe wacha.
Niwache hiyo fitina. Wewe wacha hiyo.
How you guys?
Wacha hiyo, usiwe mfitini.
Pumbafu.
Hiyo inakuwa mtu mavi ya kuku.
I mean, this is one man we will miss, all of us, and as Kenya mourns, we have people that know how to mourn more than us, especially when you mourn more than the bereaved, right? That's what they say in English. English is not my tongue. They will tell me. There is this one Luya man, Mr. Wafula, decided he was not going to let Kibaki just be buried like that. And that's where the story begins tonight. Why do we become relatives when things are not as they are supposed to be? Let's take a listen.
Oh my God! This opportunity, please give me a chance to look for the body. I need to see him. I need to see him, please. I need to see him. It has been a long looking for him. Oh my God! He's my present. He's my present. He has been present for me, please. He give me free education, please. Now it is the time. We are trying to look for him. Oh my God! Give me my shirt. Give me my shirt.
Eh?
Uh,
Opportunity of a lifetime. Eh?
is that an
Opportunity
opportunity?
to gain fame. Hey, do you know what
Ah,
Can,
Kenyans can do?
can, I,
Eh?
can I tell you something, Ellie?
Sit down.
tell me.
We are going to appoint that guy chairman of Professional Mourners Association in Kenya.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a legal entity in Kenya, and you have those people. Because the way this guy gathered the courage to cry where there's no food, because you see, professional mourners, one of the requirements is before you cry, there must be guarantee of food. So you cry as you head where the food is.
that is if you're coming from Western region, right? Because
Exactly. So this guy went against all odds to cry without seeing food.
Akona nguvu.
akona nguvu. Sony, what do you make
Yes.
of that guy?
That guy, I just think he was just cloud chasing. You know, Kenyans, they find one small thing, kitu kidogo hivi tu, yenye wanaona wanaweza trend nayo.
Yeah.
Bas, just that, alikuwa naona, this is my opportunity to gain fame. Yani, hadi ameplayiwa na news, national television. Wacha hata
And
ile ya
I must
TV.
mention that is courtesy of NTV.
I know, lakini pia NTV, venye wana highlight
You
vitu
cannot blame
zingine.
this guy was at the right place at the okay. Should I say he was at the right place at the wrong time or at the wrong time at the right place? I have no idea.
He was at the right place at the right time, doing the right thing. That was a premeditated act.
So he planned it. This Jama travels all the way from Western Kenya, according to his story, and he says he comes from Kibabi, and he thinks Kibabi and Kibaki, they look the same, so he could be his grandson. Distant grandson.
Can I tell you something?
Proceed.
Go ahead, Sonny. I was saying
the way when ukiona your baby daddy amekuwa successful, unajitokeza, ama a politician tu something tu imetokea, and then uone baby mama tu amejitokeza. It's the same thing. People are just looking for opportunity to just, ama what do you think, Godwin?
For me, my perspective is Kenya is one big YouTube channel. So when you come to Kenya, the first thing I think in the airport inafaa andike, welcome to Kenya YouTube channel.
Subscribe.
Drama.
Exactly, because in Kenya everyone is a content creator. You know, there's a meme I saw and someone was saying, ama Kenya was ilikuwa Mathare alafu.
What?
Because in Kenya everyone is just crazy. So everyone is looking for that opportune moment to shine, because you never know when it's because. And I think this has been encouraged by the way even the mainstream media highlights things. You know, they focus on the non-issues to make them as the main issues. Going back, look at the incident like the GICHERU man. This guy was just taking his normal lunch on the queue as he waits to vote, and then all of a sudden he's everywhere, all over the media. You know.
Yes.
Until to the that he got the presidential commentation state, you know, and you're like, are we having misplaced priorities? Atani gava inapenda tu kufurahia tu, so we're just one big YouTube channel. Acha to subscribe tukiendelea.
Subscribe as we continue. And that's not the only place that the drama was actually happening. Let's move a little bit still and staying in the political field. People were crying, and the other person that was crying, again, this is courtesy of NTV YouTube channel. Subscribe. It's one, mtoto ya mama. Sorry, did I mean mtoto ya mama ama mtoto wa Diana? That one. I don't know what has happened, but since this went viral one day or so, this is what he had to say.
President, and I respect Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga. but please, give the youth of this country a chance.
I respect. Godwin.
You know, I tend to wonder why Kenyan, the so-called celebs, artists, because just you have a number of subscribers on your YouTube channel, you think now you can be a leader. You don't just become a leader because people know you.
Okay. Are you trying to say Sonia sisimame women rep?
And then this guy who's crying here, he's just in his rightful place of crying because umsa alikuwa mtoto wa mama, alikuwa mtoto wa Diana, sasa hivi mtoto wa Madhari. So it's just ni mtoto tu na kazi ya mtoto ni kulia, so he's just doing what he's supposed to be doing.
Godi, that was a low one. That was a low blow. Sonny, mtoto wa mama, Bahati tena, was actually complaining that he lost his nomination and his certificate was swept over. What do you make of those tears? Are they the ones mnatumianga kwa stage ama these are legitimate concerns?
I'll go back to cloud chasing. Kwanza hawa celeb, msinieke hapo lakini. Hawa celeb, they will just find any opportunity to do something that will make them. He may add headlines to his channel and all his platforms. Msimwone hivyo, labda alikuwa amekachora, but why will he cry though?
These things are hurtful. His life depends on that.
His life doesn't depend on that. Come on. This guy is living a good life already. His life doesn't depend on it.
Politics is not for the weak-hearted. If you want to cry, don't join politics.
Yes. That is not a soft space. Hapo lazima ukue roho ngumu. Sasa kama the first try ameshindwa hivyo, na Raila mwenye ameshinda akivai for presidency for how many years now? Unamwonanga akilia.
But mtu nashangaa, now that you've mentioned that, nashangaa kuna jamaa fulani he's supposed to be representing, but hakupewa hiyo spotlight sana. Sijui kama mnamjua, the second in command. Godwin.
Exactly. And you see, as I told you, in Kenya, everyone is trying to protest. I don't know if you notice what happened at the parliament when people are viewing the body of the late former president. You know, there's something that happened, and it's been raising eyebrows because the president, when he wanted to greet the vice president, the deputy president, vice president for the former constitution, they behaved like they were still COVID, you know, like either Mungu akubariki. And then just after
walikuwa wanakaa kama watu wa dini ya Msambwa. Wewe hata COVID ni mzuri. Walikuwa kama watu wa dini ya Msambwa. Wanasalimiana hivi.
Immediately after the president, the DP doing this, the president goes ahead and greets now Kalonzo Musyoka with a handshake, and then the rest of the Kibaki family. So you wonder, what kind of shenanigans are these? What are you trying to show us? So is it that the DP is the one who can't be shaked, and then now the others is okay, selective? Or is it because deputy president, alipata vaccine ya Russia, the Sputnik 5?
Naona mali unaendelea. But anyway, guys, if you're joining us, this is the Arts in Heart. We are hanging out with Sonny GICHERU and of course Godwin Segero. Amamua leo anaenda juu kwa juu na stories zao. But we stay with our story, which is Thorns and Roses. And this story, why are we discussing it? You realize how people came out in large numbers, giving their condolences and giving praises each and every time somebody dies. We are finally discovering how good this person was. Hata kama alikuwa ni mwizi, they become a saint overnight. Kama alikuwa ni mtu tunajua alikula pesa yetu na akaikula vizuri sana, they become a saint. In fact, politicians play the game so good that all of a sudden, my brother they are comforting. But we understand that at the end of the day, funeral and when one loses a family member or a friend for that matter, it is always time to console. But why is it that love all of a sudden takes a very high peak, including relatives that you've never seen, all of a sudden they relate with you? Godwin, why do people give a lot of roses at funeral than when one is still alive?
I think it's a Kenyan culture. We fear the dead. I think we fear they might come for us from the spirits.
I thought you were going to be serious.
You know.
But it's all right.
So I think the only legitimate person in Kenya, although he goes overboard at some point, is Miguna. You know, what Miguna is the only person everyone is waiting for their eulogy, because he's always going to go the opposite direction where people are going. You know, in Kenya, we tend to respect the dead because they have died, so we have to respect them. They are going to heaven and all that, so we don't have to say anything bad, you know. But for me here, I'll side with Miguna because, like for the case of Kibaki, you know, he had the good and the bad. You know, when it comes to economy, no one can dispute that Kibaki changed the economy of this country. But on the other end, in terms of politics, at some point he got it wrong, because everyone, when you think about Kibaki, the first thing that has to come to your mind is the 2007, 2008 post-election violence, you know. But now we as Kenyans, we tend to forget or try to sugarcoat things. You know, we want to say like, he was a good person. You see, and then in Kenya, what happens is when you are there, people don't like you. When you go, they like you when you're not there. You know, that's why when Kibaki was in government, people saying Kibaki was bad, he stole elections and all that. But when Uhuru came in, people are like, Niheri Kibaki. You know, even when Kibaki came, people are saying, Niheri time ya Moi hata ungeokota pesa. Sasa hii hatuwezi okota pesa.
Sonny knows nothing about that money because she never picked it. Sonny, let me bring you in and just ask you. I mean, Godi has started with the issue of Kibaki presidency and all that. But generally, why is it that we tend to love people so much once they are dead? Are we making up for our regrets, or what is it?
I think most of the time you get that during the time that person was alive. No support. It's the same case when unapatanga mse alikuwa msick, he was asking for contributions for something. Hakuna mtu atapatikana amsaidie or anything, but then once that person dies, naona kila mtu amejitokeza. Huyo mtu alikuwa anaomba tu punch, maybe okay, there's this story by the way. There was this guy who alikuwa amefungiwa nyumba, and then alikuwa amebakisha just I think 1,000 ajaze juu. Now he was calling his friends that previous night akiwaambia, please nisaidie hata punch, nisaidie tu yenye utaweza nimalizie nyumba cause nimefungiwa. But then nobody was helping him. So that guy akalala nje, and then he was attacked by thieves. Akakufa. Then the next time unasikia sasa watu venye sijui alikuwa a good person or sijui, you know, people are always trying to cover up for the guilt because they feel I could have done better, I could have helped this person better. So me, I think inakwanga tu cover up for the guilt, because hata support, hata wewe Eli sahi, okay, maybe you do have a good support system ukiwa na Godi and everyone around you, but kuna some people unajipatanga uko solo until day ya mazishi utaprintiwa hadi t-shirts za 5,000 na ulikuwa unaomba 500 pekee. People are just trying to cover up for that guilt when they could have been there for you time when you are still alive.
You're still alive. Okay. So it's about the guilt issue. They are trying just to cover up for their guilt. Godi, why would I buy you a very nice costume? I'm not saying you're dying anytime soon, because most of us will live until 100. But why should one offer you a nice suit with a very expensive casket, more expensive than the rent you ever paid throughout your life, once you are gone? Is it guilt?
Really? It's not guilt, it's madness.
Okay. Madness, yes.
You know, because, and this is one thing me I've told even people around me. If you want to help me when I'm alive. Because when I die, if you throw me in the lake, if you throw me in the latrine, wherever you throw me, if you burn me, I'll not be feeling anything. You know.
I can't enjoy your suit once I'm dead. That's what I say here always.
For what reason? That thing is going to be eaten by, how do you call Muigai in English?
Just call ants. It's easier. Or worms.
Whatever the
now
case.
That English is not your friend.
See mudomo changu. Anyway, this is my point. Huh? I think I always believe if you want to help someone, help them when they can enjoy the help that you're offering. You know?
Yes.
Because if you're going to bury me in a casket worth maybe 200,000, I'm not feeling anything. I don't know. You know, because I think we with the living make funerals as a celebration for the living, not for the dead. Because whatever you're doing, that dead body doesn't recognize even if you guys are there. You see?
Yep.
But if you can come here, let's say Ellie have a problem, you guys gather, even if it's 10 people come here, I'll feel the presence, like I was in need and these guys showed up. I know Ellie was there, Sonny was there, Austin was there, and whoever. But when I'm dead, even if you come here 1 million people, I will never know if you're here 1 million people. It's none of my business. I can't see it. So how are you helping me? You know, so this issue of trying to say...
Go ahead.
This issue of trying to pretend like, you know, the dead are so special. There's nothing special about the dead people. You know, we just respect, they are good people and they are alive, but they're dead, they've gone. If you wanted to help them when they're alive.
Yeah, true.
You know what I was trying to say is, and I totally agree with you guys, but we tend to give a lot of respect to the dead in terms of we are honoring their memories. But I'm asking myself, what memories did you create that you're honoring? Jamaa akikuja kwako hata una shughuli na yeye. Somebody calls you, you see their phone, you unafinya hata mpaka screen inavunjika. Ati umeona jina Sony hapo umekasirika, huyu mtu ananisumbua sana, kazi yake ni kunisumbua. But kuna wengine they come and own you once you are dead. That's the time everybody remembers you are their father.
And you say that's what I'm telling you. It's just a matter of it's a matter of association, you know. And that's unapatanga, once someone has died, everyone recounts almost the immediate last moments. Imagine nimeongea naye jana, hakuwa anakaa nikata mtu anaweza kufa. Imagine amempigia leo asubuhi. Maybe hiyo time akikupigia asubuhi alikuwa anakuitisha do, ukamwambia hauna, yet you had. You know.
Yes.
So you're just trying to make people know how close you are to that person. But in what sense? Were you helping them, or you're just close because uko na contact yake, or you knew them personally?
Most people
I don't know where the excitement comes where everyone wants to associate themselves with the dead person.
Yeah.
Sonny, you're saying something.
Because now Ellie, I'll not say, you see, like today, if someone calls me, how is Ellie? Ellie Leongena, and you know, just to brush it off. But God forbid something happens. Imagine niko na Ellie jana show and all that. Why? Now you're trying to emphasize how important he was. Imagine niko tunanganga na Ellie kila siku and all that.
With them, yeah.
Yeah. But what were you saying? Kalikuwa nakulia shida. Did you ever bother to know what was bothering them? Ama you just want to associate them there? Namjua, I knew him personally. Niko na namba yake ndio hii. It doesn't make sense.
Sonny, say something before I can
People
actually
are just
come in.
trying to seek empathy because, okay, death is a huge thing. And people want to be associated with huge things. So, like, hata friend ikikuja, hata mtu akikuwa famous, tuseme wewe Eli umekuwa famous, na all your relatives walikuwa wana look down upon you, and then umekuwa something huge. Utakuja uanze but then this is my cousin, oh this is my who and who. That is a huge thing. They want to be associated with it. That's the human nature. That's what I think.
You know, it impresses me because some people actually, when we hear dignitaries that amekufa, unaona mtu ameandika, oh, he was such a good man, rest in peace. Oh, you know, we will miss you. God has taken a special one from us. Rest in peace. And you are looking around and you're like, this guy has never said anything single about this person that is gone. And
Yes.
today, they have so much to talk about. Let me give you a very short story. And I'm not such a good storyteller, but I try. One time, and I see a lot of comments coming in. Thank you so much. I'll be coming to that. I see Mike Mwangi, thank you for hanging out with us. Lamon Likuyani, hii inakaa jina ya nyumbani, hii lazima nisome, otherwise nitafutwa kazi. You are important when you see and feel each other, says Lamont. Thank you so much, sir. And we have Mike who says, people are mean. Believe me, you, most people are happy when you are having a low moment in your life. But they will come to make sure you've been given a special send-off. In fact, they'll open WhatsApp groups for you. I was to tell you a story of some experience I had some few years back, about 6 or 7 years ago. There's this person that called me, akaniambia, ni aje, nikamwambia poa. Help me 100 bob. I need to buy some painkillers. I'm feeling unwell. I'm like, 100 bob? And I'm one person who doesn't believe in painkillers. So what did I tell them? No, instead of 100 bob, I'm sending you a K, go to the hospital, get checked, and if there's something else we can do, let me know, then I'll help you out. So at that time, I didn't notice how heavy that issue was. So this person just goes MIA, disappears, and then the next time, namuuliza ulienda hospitali? Yeah, but just chukua painkillers. I've been really not feeling strong enough to go out. I will go. That's what they told me. Kwani mtu ni mgonjwa aje? You know, this assumption, like you say, God is full of life, Son is such a strong person, nini na nini. Exactly 2 weeks later, I receive a call. This person is dead. And I'm like, dead? Like, this guy cannot be dead. Because, yes, we talked, like you said, tumeongea last week. But there are times I go back and I say, what if I actually made a follow-up? So does this now bring that story that Son is trying to tell us about you feeling guilty and wanting to make up for the, the things that you didn't do when this person was alive? But again, why do people lie so much when someone is dead? Like, mtu alikuwa mtu mzuri. That will be my question as you ponder on that. Sonny GICHERU.
People will just basically, as I said, people will just want to be associated with something that is huge and something that is big, like death. Because, utapata tu mtu tu, hata hamkuwa mnaongea, hata hawa watu wanapostingi ma celebrities, they died, and then you're like, huyu msee, wewe hata hujaipatana na huyu mtu in person. And then you're there writing, umejaza status, umeandika vitu, na lakini watu wako, like your close friends, hata hutaki kuwajulia wako aje. But ikifika ni kwa hawa watu wakubwa, kama mtu I'm sure ameandika Mwai Kibaki, saa hiyo hata hakuwa amezaliwa vizuri.
Sema wewe huko umezaliwa. Wewe sema vizuri tu hiyo story. Wewe ulisoma free education, si ndio? Ulisoma masomo ya bure wewe na kuona vizuri sana. Unakaa mtu wa free education.
Hapana wewe.
Nyinyi ndio mlienjoy matunda ya Kibaki, serikali ya NAC.
Mimi si kusomea polling station.
Okay. A group of schools, I'm sorry. I am very sorry, group of schools. Let's continue with the conversation. I'm sorry, Sony. No wonder jina yako ni rahisi hivyo, Sony. Godi. Nataka tu unisaidie kidogo ni understand the conversation as we, walk through it. Mtu amesema hapa, you are important when you can see and feel each other. Sa ile mse ameenda zake. What should actually be the memory? Is hizo sherehe mnapiga siku hiyo jamaa akizikwa, ama the life you lived before with this person? Where do we create memories?
Early. We create memories when we are alive. You know, and even just before I go there, there's something I'm starting to hate nowadays. This thing of taking pictures with people ama selfies. You know, some people are not taking because wanakupenda. Some are just looking for evidence that walikuwa
wewe acha hiyo bwana. You mean somebody is taking a photo so that when you die they can post you?
Yeah.
What if they die before you? What if they die before you?
So nilikuwa namjua.
You people are mean.
No, that's the truth. You know, and speaking of which, because if you want to create memories, you know, let it be genuine memories. Because just by the fact that tulipiga nayo picha mara moja, it doesn't mean we were friends ama tuli-associate. Utapata maybe tulikuwa tumekosana, we've not been talking all this while, but just because I'm dead and you cannot say tulikuwa tumekosana, I'll post your picture and people watajua tulikuwa mabeshte. Just because nilikuwa nakujua. You know. So my point is, and that has, if you've noticed, if you've been checking maybe social media, even Twitter, even after this issue of Kibaki, look at all these politicians and all that. People who are wishing, who are sending their condolences, were not just even sending messages. People are looking for evidence. At this point, nilikuwa na Kibaki. I first saw Kibaki at this point. You know, so someone has to look for that photo where they were with Kibaki. So, you know, it's not like they're sending condolences. They're trying to show that I once knew that.
They're trying to be relevant.
They're trying to be relevant, so that you cannot dismiss them that they are being irrelevant. Like evidence in the picture, I'm here, Kibaki is here. So I knew he was a friend. Because look at it this way. Look at, let's go back to maybe 2007. These were there are people that were on the rivaling side, but now all of them are united in saying we loved Kibaki. Kibaki was a good man. He restored the economy of the country. But at that point, they call him is a thief. So where did the thief go? Ama venye alikufa pia wizi yake ilikufa.
You know, you are challenging me and you've reminded me of one individual that actually took a flight to come and attend that funeral. He stopped his movements in the US. Mi simsemi yo jamaa. We nyinyi mnamjua, mi sitamuongelea. You know him, right?
But in life.
So the only thing is people are trying to be relevant in your life, right?
Yeah.
That brings me to another question. And Sony, this is where I want you to help me. Ladies especially, when there is someone that is dead, and especially a man for that matter, a man that you related with, he was baby daddy, as you guys want to call them. Why do you want to appear during the funeral only? And all of a sudden, he is the love of your life. Before alikuwa ni ngamia.
Of course. Kwanza kama ameacha mali. So you know Kenyan ladies. Lazima ataenda tokeleza in the picture ndo. If there is something, people should know. People should know that I deserve something from this. Huyu amenizalishia. Yani, ladies, they will never stop being ladies. Kenyan ladies. Opportunity ya ku milk something out of something. Lazima you take it. Because
So you want to milk money from the dead because you know he's not there to defend or say, I wasn't with this individual. As long as you can take that selfie that Godwin was talking about and show it as evidence of a relationship, right?
Okay, not everyone. Same, not everyone. Most of the ladies though. Because utapata hata maybe kuna mtu atakutokelezea ati labda alikuwa side wa Kibaki mahali after some time. Utaona tu maybe
Kibaki said I only have one wife. That one we know, right? We are not going into that discussion.
Hako kujitetea ama hako? Hayuko kujitetea.
Alisema hivyo na hivyo ndio tunajua. But Godi, if as a man, let's try to put things into perspective. As a man, if today you are no more, would you rather this person that is coming and saying they loved you or they have a child with you, would you want them to claim this during your lifetime? Ama ukishaenda ndio kama ni mbaya wamalizane wenyewe kwa wenyewe kama huko?
Eli, one thing I want to say, I think this is a problem that is happening with the current generation and more so with women, and how I wish they update themselves with as the law progresses, because some ladies are living in the past where they believe once you have a kid with someone, you just present yourself during funeral and you say like, you know, if I'm not involved with in the funeral arrangements and all that, I have the kid with him. You know, these things have gone away. They've gone in the past, you know. So now, even issue of sijui ulikuwa na mtoto, it's not sufficient enough for you to claim inheritance, because you know there's this tendency of ladies trapping men, if I might use that, you know, in the sense that someone sees you, they know what you have, and they'll do it deliberately. Because trust me, if a lady wants a kid with you, they'll get. But mind you, let me just advise ladies right now. If you are in that habit, or if you're trying to do that, please go update yourself with the law and then make the right decision. Because you'll go get that kid, you'll be locked out of that inheritance, you'll get nothing, and there's nowhere you're going to go. You know, because there's this assumption, if I stay with someone for 6 months, then automatically they're my husband or so. You know, and these things are going to disappoint many ladies, because there are ladies who look at someone, they see a future, or wanajua kona mali, so they're like, nikipata mtoto, be good. And
mubaba, especially if it's a mubaba mwenye akona ugonjwa wa sukari.
Some ladies will be in for a rude shock, and that's the whole point. So I think that thing of could trap men in terms of getting a kid with them so that you can inherit, it's been overtaken by time. And now,
but would you want this kind of things happening? I'm not saying that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But you know, the only problem is people never want to discuss what happens once you're gone. Everyone's want to discuss in the now time. So if you were not to be there, and there is this lady that you have a child with, or this man you had a relationship with, and you have children together, would you want them to come to claim you during death or before?
In the same breath, Ellie, if I have something with you, and even if you know I'm married and I have a kid with you, you'd rather confirm me when I'm alive. Come, let's go for DNA. Even if it's going to court, let's handle the matter when I'm there. You know, because there are these cases where a lady comes, they get a kid with you, and they disappear, but only resurface when you're dead. Because even if I'm going to write a will, if you denied me the right to see the kid and all that, you know, I was not maintaining the kid. Now, where do you find the audacity to come and say, now alikuwa baba mtoto wangu, I need a share of his estate? You know, there are people, the ladies who tell men, mtoto ni wangu na hutaimwona and all that. So how do you come and claim when I'm dead kusema ni mtoto wako, yet you deny me the chance even to recognize the kid as my kid, and the kid to know me as their dad? How do I just mysterious now become the dad when I'm dead?
Nasikia hiyo. Once attended a burial of a friend. Wacha waseme, if you thought ni wewe too, meet the women that shared your man. So you are in this funeral also, ndio sema sasa, unajua bwana yangu ameniwasha nikiwa mjane, lakini Mungu atanitia nguvu. Alafu bibi wenza wanasimama, unaanza kushangaa kwani ni do re mi fa sol la ti do. So why mimi na Sony hujanijibu swali yangu. Why do you surface only once this person is gone? Why would you not want to be known when they're still alive and walking on their 2 feet?
Mi naona venye tu nilikuwa nimesema before, these guys or these ladies wanaona labda they have a chance, because when
have a chance once you are dead.
Yeah,
So in fact, the
kama
relationship
amekuja,
has nothing to do with the two of you. It has everything to do with once you are gone and dead.
yeah, cause maybe unaona
Kuna
venye
roho mbaya
nani
sana.
Godi amesema okay, you should at least come when I'm alive, we do a DNA. Labda hata huo mtoto si wake. Unaona? So anaona hapa hata kuwa na chance ya kujitetea ama hizo mavitu zote. So chenye itakuwa ni word of mouth pekee. So labda anaona hapa sasa labda naweza I can get away with this. Maybe that's not even the baby daddy. Instead of Pate akiwa alive and then they do everything that they're supposed to get a DNA and everything, anasema that's too much kwanza. Let me wait for that time. That time ikifika, maybe I can get away with this. We once had a thing, so ama this is my chance to julika kama mtu akiweza tokea sasa aseme ati alikuwa ni baby mama wa Kibaki. Pia yeye sasa ametrend tu hivyo.
So people will stoop at nothing as long as
Yeah.
they are able to be in the limelight for the wrong reasons.
Yes.
Godwi, morally, what do you make of this?
That's morally wrong because, as I said, things do happen. I understand that there are things that happen that you didn't expect, and then the consequences are there. Maybe the result in total and all that. But if you see, in the first place, if you're a lady, you never introduced yourself immediately. You knew you have a kid for this guy. You know, it means in the first place you don't respect yourself.
Ebu umenichanganya kidogo. Where is the respect and introduction coming here? Ebu break it down.
So this is the point, huh? I had an affair with an extramarital affair with a lady, and then it led to something else where the result was a kid.
A child?
You know, a child. You know, so you come here, you tell me, I have your baby. Do you recognize them and all that? You know, so if it's you it's upon you as a lady to know that these are the possible scenarios to occur. This guy might die. What happens? What is my chance? This guy has a wife. So it's the right thing to know where is the position of this child. Does it mean I have to meet the family Kuambia? We have a thing with this guy because it all narrows down to ownership. But if you decide, ndio nakwambia, because the respect comes if someone decides to hide you, unajua nini now, because tuko na unajua niko na bibi, so people don't have to know, so we just sit here, I'll be sending you money.
What if the person doesn't want to come out to belong? Because the problem here is we want to own someone once they are dead, and that's where I have an issue. So I'm trying to understand during lifetime, for example, as you correctly put it, and these are things that are happening. They are not really out of space. Okay, so today we have a child together. Sony is an example. Sina mtoto na Sony for disclaimer purposes. And then Sony decides she will never either own me in either way. Unaelewa? Sony doesn't want to be recognized as the mother of my child. Neither does she want to be recognized as my wife or second wife. But once I'm dead, all of a sudden she wants to look like she is my wife or she has a child with me. That is the problem trying for us to really identify and solve. Why?
And that's what I'm saying. If this guy truly loves you, not unless he tells you, yeah, I know we had this, but I'm going to include my child that we have with you in the will, then that's fine. But this guy, you guys are trying to play hide and seek, and then he dies. Now you want to bring everything in public. Like, we had this thing. Where were you to declare that before? Why wait for him to die?
Sony, why wait for him to die? Ndio mletee mtoto kwa matanga, akuje azike baba yake.
Because it's easier that way. It's easier dealing with the dead than people who are alive. Because hapo kutakuwa na maswali mingi. Huyo mwenye amekufa hata kuwa hapo kujitetea ati yo nini. It's either that way, and then people just want to be associated with something too. Yani, I knew him. What people just want to be associated with something that is happening at that
and that's what
moment. They just want to
I
be
encourage
relevant.
men.
Mm-hmm.
I encourage men to write their wills before the day. And then there's this African culture where we feel when you write a will, it means you're going to die tomorrow.
And in fact, don't start those kind of things. I'm trying to imagine it's like unataka nikufe. Why do you want me to write a will?
Ellie, just write your will right now. Declare, because Ellie, a will. If you write a will right now, it doesn't mean you're dying. Tomorrow you'll have some more wealth, maybe more kids. You'll amend the will by a way. There's something we call a codicil. It's a way of amending a will. You will add the dependent there. If you acquire more wealth, you add it there. So you just make a CV. If you write your CV right now, it doesn't mean it's the CV you're going to use.
How do I write my death CV? Well, let me ask you, Sonny. Huh? And I know Godwin will now give us the legal background towards this. Sonny, at your level right now, can you write a will?
Niko na nini Aki? Well, if I had something, I could write it, but sahi mimi sina mali yoyote. I am just from school.
Sonia, are you trying to... Okay. Don't answer the rest of the part. Godwin, is Sonny's answer correct?
Sonny's answer is not correct because by writing a will is what you wish to happen when you're dead. You see, like now, Sonny, if you don't write a will, maybe at some point ulikuwa unataka maybe uziko at point A, and then you don't write a will. What that means is
now kutaka baby daddy akuje, because that's the only thing you have.
So what that means is everything that you didn't want to happen will happen because you didn't expressly declare what you wanted. So it doesn't mean a will is not just about bequeathing wealth or something. It's about saying the wishes that you have once you're dead, how you want your funeral to be arranged. And that's why you see someone like Charles Njonjo. He died, and the next thing he was cremated because he said he wanted to be cremated. The same with Bob Collymore, But if you've always wanted to be cremated, and then you die without telling anyone or without writing, people are going to bury you, and you didn't want to be buried. But there's nothing you can do. You are dead. So we'll decide what you wanted, what we think you wanted.
And that one will make room for other men to come and claim you. They want to bury you as their wife.
But also, in terms of wealth, writing a will is important because unapatanga afterwards, in terms of property, that is, sio venye Godwin anasema, but in terms of property, writing a will is important because unapatanga in African societies, after someone dies and they had a lot of property and they didn't settle on how they are going to distribute it, on how it should be distributed, unapatanga tu ma issues ati watu waliuana, relatives wamesijui fanyana nini. Those issues come up and they are real. Unapata a son killed who at his it's important.
Mbona nimeleta hiyo story na watu wanaweza shangaa tumetoka huku tukienda huku. No, all these things are interlinked, especially on your day of death, because everyone now almost wants to own you in one way or another. I don't know if you guys have had the opportunity to watch this Nigerian film called Chief Daddy. Probably you have. And if you haven't, probably you should watch it out. This guy apparently had a lot of wealth. And he was worried when it's going to die, people are going to misuse his property. And he had children, like a lot of you will know, very well blessed, with children all over. So for him to make sure that his family stayed intact upon his death, he actually drafted a will with his lawyers instructing what should happen when he dies, during his funeral time, and after he's buried. Point being, we start off by saying kulikuwa na issue kwa matanga. This guy from Bungoma is going to claim Kibaki is the grandfather, long distance grandfather. Kibaki has never said somewhere in his will that akona grandchildren huko. So to avoid all that scuffle, this is where the will is coming in. Unaona?
Yes.
So that you do not wake up one day and you are owning me, or you do not wake up one day and you are making WhatsApp groups for me. In fact,
Yeah.
Godwin, just that in case I am never there, tell them sitaki mtu afungue WhatsApp group ya kunichangia pesa. Munipe pesa saa hii, juu nataka pesa ya kusukuma kazi. Munipe pesa yangu
Eka
saa
namba
hii.
mpesa kwa screen.
Itabidi
Niweke
uweke
namba ya
namba.
mpesa.
Yeah.
0791
Just pin it.
nitapin. Wase, muniambie kama nitapin next month, alafu tutapin. Juu mtakuwa mpata mshahara. Because thing is, you should actually take advantage of people's input in their lives or in your life when they are still alive. Because 6 feet under, whatever you decide to do will never, ever improve the well-being of this person. In fact, people are so mean. I believe huwa anachanga pesa ndio wakule kwa matanga yako.
And that's the whole point. Because early, hii pesa, these are people, well, imagine, watu wachange pesa, let's say, kuna WhatsApp group maybe ya TheArtsinHeart, wamechanga pesa, and then wakuje huko.
Hakuna mtu amekufa huko bwana. Unajua unaifanya na karil. Hatuna matanga. Hiyo ni examples.
We're trying to be hypothetical. This is hypothetical, unajua.
And
So,
I apply saizi, at least in another 100 years.
At this time, it's null and void. Ab initio. So the thing is, these people contribute money. Like, we loved Eli, but let these people come to your place, wakose kukula. Tulichanga pesa na tu kukula.
Watu
Was it
watatafuta
for
tu
them
kitu.
to eat, or was it to help you? Nothing.
Ati mchinje ng'ombe ngapi? 3. Na matanga ni ya siku 2. Na wewe ulikuwa vegetarian throughout your life. Na hata sukuma ya 5, this guy never brought to your doorstep. Likuyani says here that wacha ichome kama itachoma. Yani wewe kufa, watajisoto wakikuja. Wewe ukipata ni bibi wa kwanza, ni haina shida. Wewe ninakuona sana.
You'll be there to see.
And I know there's somebody that was asked, what will happen? What do you want to happen when you are dead? And you know the answer they said? I don't care, because you'll take care of yourselves. I'll be dead.
Yeah.
Let the dead bury the dead. Tufunge story tukimalizia. Godi, when should one discuss about their properties and their debts? Kabla wanyorie ama tu inaandikwa kwa karatasi na tupo mahali kwa. Unajua huko kwetu kitambo kwa matanga wakasema kama uko na deni ya fulani ukuje hapo tuambie. Na kama tuko na pesa yako kuja hapa, matanga inaisha kama kila mtu amelipwa deni yake. That used to happen some years back in the 1995s though about. That's what used to happen. Siku hizi mtu akupa na deni yako anaenda. Njua amejifunza hii tabia mshwari. Godwin, your perspective.
And this is what happens, huh? People need to read the law, because when you die, if you had property, before that property is distributed, your debts first have to be cleared. You know, so kama kufa kama umeandika will, kwa hiyo will watakuja kwanza angalia alikuwa na madeni ngapi, alikuwa na mshwari maybe kaa itani, although there are some instances where when you die also your debts die. So naweza kuwa na deni yako nikikufa imekufa. You get, but when someone is dying, that's when you have to clear the debts, and then whatever that remains is what goes to the family. And then there's a point I wanted to make. This is that when you're writing a will, we should normalize engaging our advocates, because it remains in secret. Because the danger of maybe writing a will and telling your relatives and stuff that, you know, I have property and there, these people will kill you, my friend. They will they'll give you direct ticket to heaven so that they can enjoy the property that you have.
Yeah. People can be that evil.
You've not seen that, Sonny? Someone knows you have property and is like you're taking time to die, so they make it fast.
And they are called family. Wanajita family yao.
So it happens.
That is so sad.
So,
But I
Right.
believe
Labda Sonia tuambie closing remark yake. Wewe unaonaje, tukutane kwa matanga ama sema mambo vile iko tumalizane?
me, just be there for people when they're alive. Be there for people when they're alive. Like, don't wait for them to go. Akienda alafu hapo umecontribute thousands of thousands na labda alikuwa anataka umsaidie kulipa hospital bill a very small amount. Yani unaweza afford hiyo than kwenda kulipia sijui bills zinatoshana aje za hosi afterwards after amedie. That's not right. Just be there for the person when they're alive. Check up on people. Be your brother's keeper. Because you never know about tomorrow.
So hii pesa yenyewe ya chama unataka iende wapi in case?
Pesa ya chama unataka iende kwako ama?
Wamama mnakuanga na chama mingi.
Mimi bado niko na chama moja tu. Hiyo pesa.
Chama moja? Chama ya baba na mama?
Wewe.
Godi.
Yes.
I think one thing you may get out of this conversation is we only want to own or be part of something if either it's successful or if it elevates our level in the society. Most of the people that actually contribute for funerals, you'll be surprised. They don't do it because they are helping. They are doing it to be noticed.
Yeah, true.
Exactly.
Uliona matanga ya Rospela, Choni alitoa 5,000. Choni wa mjengo, alitoa how much?
Na watu walikuwa 50.
Na watu walikuwa 50.
We just want to be noticed.
There's one thing I do want to say about, unajua Sonny mentioned about when one is sick and all that. Godi, I might be sounding like the devil's advocate, lakini I believe this. If someone is very, very sick, to the level daktari amekwambia manze iwezekani, the best you can do is give them palliative care. Historia kuchanga pesa mpeleke mtu India mimi sioni kiwaika.
Yeah, true.
There's a time I was put in a group, nikaona vile walikuwa naongelea story ya jamaa with the medical condition, and I was like, I'm not a medic, but I can be very certain. Kitambo this money is raised and this person is taken to hospital, they'll be dead. The next one, this group will be converted to a funeral contribution. Ya kuzika nani? Oh boys, imagine I never gave out that money. And true to my word, 5 days later, this guy was dead and they were asking us to pay pesa ya nini? Ya kupeleka wapi? Kuzika.
Exactly. And
bottom line, before just you come in, bottom line is, if a brother or a sister comes to you, they have something that can improve their life, be of help to them. Because once their souls have rested, whatever you give, however much you give, it will never positively affect their well-being. Godi?
So I was saying, I think it's an African thing where we tend to live in fear. You know, and we deny the facts that are just there before our eyes. Because there are circumstances where, you know, this is a situation where we can salvage or we can save. But there's some that, you know, it doesn't help, you know. So at this point, what we just do, give them just that moral support so that if they're going to leave us, it should be in peace, not that we neglect them, that, unaenda kufa so tumekuacha, you know. But now again, let's not overspend and then tutoke hapo. So someone has sold all their property to take someone to a hospital, maybe in India, someone, they end up dying, and then we have to contribute again for someone, for funeral arrangement and all that. by the time we're leaving, whatever that we're going to be contributing in WhatsApp groups for the family can't sustain them even for 2 months.
Yeah.
You know, so we leave these people poorer than they were before that person got sick.
Yeah.
You know, so what we're supposed to be doing here is we look at the condition, you know, because, and that's why we have every profession has its specialist that can tell you, you know, with this condition, this is the much you can do, and this is the longest this person can be there.
Mm-hmm.
Although in some circumstances, we've seen people who've defied the odds and they've gone beyond what the doctor said. You know, but now again, at some point, we have to be realistic, because these people, even as much as we're trying to help them, they're suffering more than you can imagine.
Mm-hmm.
And the best thing that can happen to them is for them to rest, so that they can no longer endure the pain that they're going through.
Definitely, Godwin. I believe that will be it from you tonight. And what a way to end this. We've discussed actually a lot. And if you haven't been able to watch most of our shows, I advise and request you to go back to our channel, The Arts in Heart Official on Facebook. It is The Arts in Heart, and Instagram is The Arts_in_Heart. Subscribe, share, like, follow, and do the necessary. Let's make this family bigger than it is right now. Thorns and roses. Life gives more thorns than the amount of roses you'll receive at your graveyard. Defy the odds and share the roses while still you can. Soni GICHERU, maliza story tuende.
Yes, let's be there for people when they're alive. Don't wait for them to die. Check on your brother, check on your sister, because you never know about tomorrow. Yes.
Definitely.
After that, one simple text is enough. How are you? What can I do to
make your day better.
To make your day better. Sio lazima hata ikue ati unamfanyia kitu kubwa. Just that checking up on you. Kwanza adulthood inakuhitingi after umemaliza shule, and then una realize all your friends were friends cause of the situation ama cause ya institution, and then you're left alone.
Ndio unajua
Unaona yenyewe you're alone. After campus magroup zenye zote mlikuwa nazo.
That's the only time you realize that that group mentality doesn't exist. So,
yes, exactly.
Unfortunately, we have to call it a night. Yes.
The last thing, there's this, is it a meme or a quote I saw, and I just remembered right now, and it was so touching. And the person was saying, you have to know the difference where someone talks to you in their free time and when people create time or free their time to talk to you. Kuna mtu anaweza kuwa ameboeka and they're like, but then anakuwa na namba Eli. But kuna mtu anaweza kuwa ameshikika mahali and they're like, by the way, how is Eli? Let me find some few minutes and see how they do. Know the difference.
Yeah. You know what? Know the difference. There are people that will create time for you, and there are people who will talk to you because they are free time.
Free. Yeah.
That's it. Have a great night. My name is Likuyani Eli, and we have, of course, Soni GICHERU all the way in Nairobi, Kenya. Thank you for coming, Soni. And, of course, producer mkuu Godwin Segero, Mr. Advocate himself in the making. See you on Tuesday, the Perspective Tuesday edition with the gang, as we speak much more about Mambo Your Relationships. Good night and take care. We are out, and peace.
God bless.
Good night.